Hey guys, in today's video, I will be showing you how to make some super easy DIY Christmas themed wall decor. If you're curious to see how I made these pieces, keep on watching. What's up, gorgeous people? This is Amber's DIY. My name is Amber Meeks, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you how to make some Christmas themed wall decor. I'm just going to use some very basic, easy techniques to make this wall decor. So without further ado, let's jump into this thing. Okay guys, for this first DIY, we're going to need 3 toilet paper rolls. We're going to take one of them, we're going to mush it down so it's sort of flat, and then we're going to cut it in half, and then cut that half in half again, and cut the other half in half again. You're going to do that for all 3 rolls. Now we just cut 12 pieces, but we only need 10 of those pieces. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking those pieces and I'm placing them the way that they're going to be on this canvas that we're going to use as the backdrop for our piece of artwork, just so that I can get an idea of how much of this canvas I need to cut, because this is one very large piece of fabric. So now that I'm kind of sort of happy with the way everything's laying, I'm drawing a line as straight as I possibly can so that I can have something to follow when I cut this out. Now I have roughly an inch of empty space on the one side. Of course, I want to have roughly the same amount of empty space on the other side. So that is what I'm doing there. Then I'm just going to flip it upright and I'm going to draw a line as straight as I possibly can so that I have something to follow when I cut this out. Now we all know this is not going to be straight when I cut it out, but you know, I do the best that I can here. So now I'm just going to take everything off, take my scissors, and I'm just going to cut that piece out following the lines that I just drew. Okay, now that that's cut out, I'm going to take these 3 popsicle sticks and I'm going to glue them together. And the main reason I want to use these is because they're nice and flat and I need to have something to give this structure when I hang it on the wall. If you attempt to add some type of thing to hang this up with without adding some sort of structure to it, I promise you it will buckle and it will not lay flat on the wall. So that's why we need to put a little something in here to give it some structure. Now that I have all this glued together, I'm just going to fold over the top part of this canvas and glue that popsicle stick down into place. I'm going to do this for the top and the bottom of the canvas. Now you can use dowel rods or something like that, but honestly the popsicle sticks is all I had on hand. I didn't have any dowel rods, but the dowel rods would work just as well too. So just use whatever you can find and make it work. So obviously I'm rolling this bottom part to cover up all the popsicle sticks so you can't see it. And I want to cut off that excess popsicle stick that you see hanging out the edge there. And I'm just using a very heavy duty pair of scissors to do that. Okay, now that all that's done, I'm going to take one of my little toilet paper roll circles, my little ball of yarn, and I'm going to cut a piece of it off. So we're just going to wrap this yarn around these little circles. Yes, guys, this is a little time consuming. As I always say, throw on some YouTube, the time will go by pretty fast. Once you get done with that first little strip, I'm just going to tuck it up underneath there, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and get another piece. And then I'm going to start with this next piece that I cut here a little bit before the end of that last piece. See how I'm going a little bit before it ended? And then I'm just going to continue to roll. I'm going to do this until I get to the very end. Now that I'm at the very end of it, I'm just going to go ahead and tuck this little part into place too. There's no need for glue here, guys. Just tucking these into place is totally fine. And then I'm going to cut off any excess yarn that I have all around the edges. I'm going to do this same process to all 10 pieces. Okay, now that all that's done, now I'm going to take them and I'm going to place them how I think they should lay on this little canvas that I have here. Now, obviously, you're going to play around with this for a little bit, trying to make it look as good as you possibly can. Once you've decided where they're going to go ahead, get your hot glue gun, add a bead of glue all around the circle, and glue each of these down into place. Okay, now that they're all glued down, I want to put something in the center of them, kind of like an ornament kind of situation. So I decided on these deer, and at first I thought it would be smart to go ahead and put the dot of glue inside the circle, then put the deer down. Yeah, don't do that. That was just a mess. Put the little dab of glue on the deer before you put it inside, and that works so much better. And the main reason you want to do this is because you want to make sure they stay into place and they don't fall out. So now that all of that's done, I forgot to add my hangy thingamabobber. You're going to want to do this as you're doing that first part when you're folding it over over and putting the popsicle sticks in place, but I forgot, so I'm doing it now. So obviously you just want to decide how long you want this to be and then cut the twine according to how long you want it to be and put it all into place. Now that that part's done, I'm going to go ahead and add some twine to the edges of this. So I'm just going to sew this right on, because the problem with this canvas is the one side that you cut is going to continue to fray. So in order for me to be able to stop the fraying and add a nice decorative element, I decided that I'm going to go ahead and sew it into place. So I'm not doing anything special here, guys, just over, under, just like you would sew anything into place. And that's all I'm doing here. Okay, so now that all of that's done, I'm going to show you how I'm going to tie it off. So I just flip it to the back, and then I just slip my needle underneath some of that twine, pull it taut, then I cut it off, leaving enough room for me to be able to tie this down into place. I had 3 knots to secure it into place, like I always do, just for good measure. I like to do 3 instead of 2. Cut off the excess. This side's done. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. But before I do that, I want to show you guys, I just made a little bow and I'm going to stick that on top. And then after that, this DIY is done. And here it is. Guys, I really like how this one turned out. It's super cute, but like all of my DIYs, it's clearly not perfect. It's not lining up perfect. And of course, I put the deer in there all funky because I did not want them to be facing perfectly the same way. I thought it looked kind of cool if they were all different. So that's why I did it that way. But I really like this one. It turned out super cute, and it's definitely a different piece of little decorative Christmas wall art. Okay guys, for this next DIY, we're going to take our yarn and I'm going to wrap it around my fingers here roughly 20 times. I think I did maybe like 23 times I wrapped it around my fingers here. So once I've wrapped it around that many times, I'm going to take one of the ends and then I'm just going to wrap it around to secure it into place. So once I'm happy with how many times I've wrapped it, I'm going to cut off the excess, take my little glue gun, add a little dot of glue, and then just glue that end part right into place there so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, now that all that's done, I'm going to cut off the little excess on the end there, and then I'm just going to cut off that long bottom part of the end here. See how I'm just going to cut that in half so that it's like a tassel. So we're making tassels here, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and make 10 of these. Now that I have all 10 of those into place, I'm going to decide how I'm going to arrange them on the canvas. We're going to do the same type of thing that we just did with the circles, only this time we have tassels. This one's super cute, guys. Honestly, I think this one is probably my next to favorite one of the day. So obviously I'm just arranging them. I did 4 on the bottom, 3 in the middle, then 2, then 1 at the top. And obviously we have something that looks like a Christmas tree. I really like this one a lot, guys. It's awesome. So once I'm happy with how everything is laying, of course, I take my hot glue gun and just plop those puppies right down into place. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add a star to the top of this one because I think that it adds a nice accent. We don't need a bow on this one, but you can do whatever you want, whatever you're more comfortable with. And when it's done, it looks like this. Of course, I added the twine to the sides just like I did for the other one because it will fray if you don't do that. You could add a fray check to it if you want to, but I just added the twine because I think it's a nice decorative element. And the canvas, of course, I cut it out the same way that I cut out that one that you saw me in the very beginning. And this one is ready to roll. Okay guys, for this last DIY, I'm taking one of those embroidery hoops and I'm going to paint just the top of it gray. But before I do that, I forgot they have like a circle on the inside of it. So I'm going to take that circle that's on the inside out of it because I'm going to use it for another DIY. Now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead, take my gray paint here, and I'm just going to paint just the top of that, but I'm going to go up over the edges just to make sure everything is completely covered. And I'm also going to paint this little piece of twine the gray color as well because I want everything to match at the very top of this thing. Okay, so now I'm going to take the little piece of gray twine that I just painted and I'm going to put it at the very top. Obviously, this is going to be the hanging thingamabobber to hang it up onto the wall. So I'm just going to hot glue that into place on the back of this circle that we have going on here. So here we go, guys. Yes, you guessed it. We're going to take our yarn and we're going to wrap it around this entire embroidery hoop. And this sucker is big, guys, let me tell you. So again, just throw on some YouTube, watch some YouTube videos, and the time will go by very fast. Okay guys, so now that I have all of that done, I'm going to take it and I'm just going to do an abstract design here. I'm not doing anything special, just kind of running it through the center just like that, just to add a little bit more design to it, kind of an abstract sort of thing. Add a little dot of glue to glue that down into place, and this one is done. Guys, this one is my favorite one of the day. I absolutely love this one. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite, and let me know if you're going to try any of these DIYs that I showed you today. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed these tutorials. Okay guys, so there you go. Like I said, super easy, simple techniques. Now some of them are a little time consuming, but just throw in some YouTube videos like I do and the time will pass by before you know it. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite. I'm always curious to know what the favorite is and if you are actually going to try any of the stuff that I show you. So let me know that in the comments below. I would appreciate it. And if you do try anything that I've showed you today, I would love to see the pictures. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. Send me a picture of what you've come up with. I would love to see your work. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found some of this helpful or useful in some way. And if you did, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. I have a lot more fun ideas coming up very soon, and I wouldn't want you to miss any of them. Thanks so much for taking the time to check this out, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye! What's up, gorgeous people? This is Amber's DIY. My name is Amber Meeks, and in today's video, I need to think about what I want to say first. I'll try that again. I wish I could just get in the right spot. Okay, try it again. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you how I made some very simple, easy wall decor for Christmas. Not how I want to say it, so we're gonna do it again. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make some Christmas themed wall decor. You know, when we're taking what? Again. We're gonna use some very basic, easy techniques to make this wall decor. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, again. What's up, gorgeous people? This is Amber's DIY. My name is Amber Meeks, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to, very robotic. Try it again. And let me know which one was your favorite down in the comments below. I love the one where I made the circles out of the Christmas. No, I don't know. I didn't make it yet. So do that again.